Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. I'm sure, as of now, you heard about the settlement case of Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. What has happened is this: the case will not proceed because Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears' child molestation suit has been dismissed. Now, being dismissed does not pertain to anyone being innocent. It does not mean that they did not do it. It does not mean guilt free. It just simply means that someone was paid. Yes, there was a payout to make this go away. Now, with this particular case here, I want to touch on a few things. Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears molestation lawsuit dropped by accusers. See, because they were paid a hefty sum. And they decided we're not going to go ahead with this particular case because it was civil litigation. And in a civil court, you cannot get any jail time. It's just pretty much about money. So civil is not like a criminal court case. These allegations happened years ago. However, there was still other footage out there, images out there of these children, which is why Tiffany and Aries wanted this buried, to be done away with, to not see the light of day, because it would have done farther damage to their careers. Now, I said damage and I did not say obliterate, because I do not believe that neither of their careers are completely over, or gone, or done away with. I just simply believe that this is just going to be a temporary bump in the road for them, a break for them. And the reason why I say that, because watch my video that I did on these two about 8 days ago. It's about Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears, and Hollywood's long history of child abuse. And you will see who sent them, why they did it, and what it was for. Now, there's certain rings in Hollywood that are deeply entrenched, that has been there since the 1920s and the 1930s. And these PSAs, so-called public service announcements, were made for that particular ring. And the reason why I'm saying a ring is because Tiffany and I believe that Aries are in on that ring. I believe that they were sent. I believe that they were given instructions as to what they needed to do. And they fulfilled it by getting children to halfway strip down to their undies, putting them into very provocative situations. Watch my video and you'll clearly see that Hollywood has a deep and prolonged history of doing this to children. But I want to get back to the notion that, is their career over? Are they done with now? Even though Tiffany Haddish has made claims that she's lost everything now. Her gigs have dried up. But that comes with the territory. What happened with Will Smith in that little Oscar ceremony, that little Oscar ritual there, slapping Chris Rock on there, right? You take a hit. Whatever the downfall is, you have to fall with it. Yeah, you have to deal with the outcome of certain things. But because Will Smith obeyed orders, look at his career right now. It's built back up. He has a lot of projects underway. And both Tiffany and Aries will be able to make a comeback. And one of the reasons why I say that they will be able to make a comeback is because the powers that be, who they made the video for, have a lot of connections in Hollywood. That's one reason why. And the other reason why is this: because they did it to black children. See, people can do things to black children, black people, black men, black women, and get away with it. They can still have a career. Like your favorite rapper, Cardi B. What did she do? Explains why she drugged and robbed men. She drugged men, she robbed men, she sexually abused men. Look at her right now. The second biggest female rapper on the planet behind Nicki Minaj. Cardi B's an A-list superstar. See this? She did these particular things to black men, and she still has a career. And look at this right here. Cardi B says that I robbed men, like she's putting it out there. Her image was built to withstand scandals like this. What scandal? I mean, yeah, the scandal that she robbed men, she sexually abused men while they were drugged, having Chinese come in, having sex with them. And, by the way, she did a Bill Cosby with them. The same thing that Bill Cosby did, knockout drugs, she did it also. But yet she has a great career. So she's built for, I guess she's built to take the punches, whatever comes her way, criticism, ridicule, bullying. She's built to take it because she is a tough gal, so to speak. Now, here we have this thing right here. Bullied a 4-year-old girl. Blue Ivy, I believe, was 4 then. Talking about her hair. Here we have, and I hate this when black people do this, talk about the hair of other black people by calling it nappy, using derogatory terms. Talking about Kim Kardashian's children are prettier than her. So he bullied a child, and still has a career. He needs to be seriously boycotted. I don't pay this thing much attention except when I want to do a video against him, against what he said. But other than that, he still has a career. See, this goes to show you that when you do things to black people, you can still have a flourishing career. You will still be put out there. You can still make money. So I do not believe that this is the end of Tiffany Haddish or Aries Spears. I believe that, yeah, they're going to take a hit for a minute, but eventually they'll be able to start to get gigs back again. And here's this YouTuber right here, this evil woman right here, made a statement that black women should consider aborting black babies. Imagine if she would have said that white women should consider aborting their white babies, because they might grow up to be racist. Do you think she'll still be on YouTube? This is the point of which I want to make. You can say things against black people. You can do things against black children and still have a career. To be honest with you, this was hate speech. She should have had her channel taken away from her saying things like that. No person could ever get away with saying things like white women should consider aborting white male babies and still have a YouTube channel. Now, some of you may be asking, well, if you can get away with doing things to black people, black children, why does R. Kelly still have a career? Or why is R. Kelly getting locked up or getting punished for his allegations? Well, let's look at this right here. R. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was 15 years old because he thought she was pregnant. That was like 30 years ago. R. Kelly was able to flourish 30 years before this scandals finally caught up with them. So he was out there free man for 30 years. Now with R. Kelly, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, and I do not believe that he's part of the Hollywood elite, where he has someone who had sent him to make tapes of underage girls. I think that the difference with R. Kelly and Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears is that Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears had this whole Hollywood underground pedo ring behind them. R. Kelly was acting alone. So if R. Kelly had the pedo ring behind him, he may would have had these charges dismissed. Who knows? Maybe they could have been covered up. But I'm pointing out the difference right there. One group of people, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, they were sent there. They were sent there by that whole disgusting, ring that has been in existence in Hollywood since the 1920s. Yeah, they were sent there to make movies, to get them in compromising positions, to do PSA announcement, right, for this particular video, as they claim. But R. Kelly wasn't. That's the big difference with that. But let's not forget, again, R. Kelly was still able to flourish for like 30 years before things caught up with them. So you can say, is he being punished? But then again, within that 30-year period too, how many other girls did he abuse after Aaliyah? You see what happened? So no, for the most part, you may have an R. Kelly that's going to go down, but you're going to have people like Tiffany Haddish. You're going to have other people, the Cardi B's and stuff like that, the Saucy Santanas, the Cynthia G's, other people who have said derogatory things about black people, black children, black babies, are still relevant. They're still current. They're still out there able to speak freely and to spread their poison. So this goes to show you right there that there are certain rules for certain people, certain things that you can get away with one group that you cannot get away with doing to another group of people. And Tiffany Haddish making claims that, oh, she's crying about she lost gigs, boo-hoo-hoo, and Aries Spears, they gigs have dried up for him also. So what? You deserved it. We've seen the video. We've seen what you did to the children. We've seen you get them into their underwear. You did a couple of those. There's other footage and images out there that you paid this off because you did not want them to be revealed or released for the public to view, because it would make you look even worse. Now, we know that Tiffany wasn't doing this to get off. I mean, really, for any type of sexual satisfaction. We know that it wasn't for Aries. That's why I'm telling you guys. It was for this whole caboodle, this pedo caboodle that is very prevalent in Hollywood, that is still operating to this very day. Corey Haim spoke about it. Corey Feldman, unfortunately, he was abused with that, which resulted in a lot of mental issues. Many people have spoken about it. And by the way, when you see people like Tiffany Haddish, their careers skyrocket, you see them come out of nowhere, understand that they paid the price. Understand that they had to be obedient to someone or some entity. That's why you see a lot of people seem to come out of nowhere and they're like stars overnight. Yeah, to some degree, they do pay a price. They sleep in cars, right? Sometimes in their career. They could be homeless, but guess what they'll do? To stop that, to prevent it from going on any farther, they would start to make deals with people. They would start to do things. They will compromise themselves to get them out of that position of being homeless, of being sleeping in cars. So Hollywood is one big illusion. Don't let these people fool you with all this, well, hard work, I had to grind. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you had to do other things where you had to harm yourself or worse, harm children in the process of getting to that pot of gold. But this has come to light, and be prepared because there will be more. This is not something that is just like a one-time thing or just an isolated incident. No, this is very prevalent in Hollywood, very deeply embedded into that particular subculture. In this case right here, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears got exactly what they deserved. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.